Good morning, everyone. And today we're going to be doing top to bottom analysis on Bearish motor. Don't want to pronounce it BMW, basically, starting from the 1 week time frame. So, as usual, we'll start by identifying our zones, which are support and resistance levels on higher time frames, as well as any potential trend lines. And we'll do this on the weekly time frame and the daily time frame. So let's start. This is our zone. I think this might even be our, let's zoom out a bit, because this might even be our all-time high. Okay, it's not our all-time high. It's not our all-time high. So this is our weekly zone. We have a weekly zone here as well. We have another weekly zone here. We have another weekly zone here, although it's not very clear because it looks like it has been violated, but it actually has not been violated. So we have a weekly zone here. So now that we've identified our weekly zones, let's see what we can do for trend lines. So we can draw a very clear bearish trend line here. Please. Let's make it black. So this is our, what do you call it, weekly trend line. But it also seems that we can draw another weekly trend line, something like this, something like this, something like this. Let's take it from this point. Okay, so we have another weekly trend line here. Like this. So now let's go down to the daily time frame and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll identify our daily zones and then identify any potential daily trend lines. Very simple already. But even before that, you can see that there's a triangle on the weekly time frame. Whichever direction price breaks out of, it's most likely the direction that price is going to go in for the long term. Well, let's continue what we're doing. So weekly zones, sorry, daily zones. Let's zoom out a bit, see if we can see some additional details. Okay, so I think we have a daily zone here. Yeah, we have a daily zone there. It looks like it has been violated, but it hasn't. It's actually being obeyed. But other than that, most of the other daily zones are very close to our weekly zones. You might say they are within range of our weekly zones. Let's just draw them out for the sake of what I call it, accuracy. So we have another daily zone there. So that's it for our daily zones. So the next thing for us to do is to draw trend lines. Now we can draw a trend line from here, like this. So this is our daily trend line. let's look for, so since we've done our trend lines, we've drawn our daily zones. The next thing for us to do is to identify our trend origin. You can see that price was bullish, like this, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive. This is actually a break of structure. Then there's a break here. Price went impulsive, correction, impulsive. Then broke structure. Price went impulsive, correction, impulsive, correction, impulsive. Went down to break structure. Came back up here. And now seems to be coming back down with a vengeance. So this is actually going to be our trend origin here. Since that's a trend origin, you can actually see, impulsive, correctional, followed by another impulsive. So price is currently on an impulsive move. This is our swing. This is our lower low. This is our lower low. And this is our lower high. That's our lower low. And this is our lower high. Let's delete this. So price is currently on a downtrend. Or price is evidently on a downtrend. Impulsive, correction, impulsive, and it's also currently on an impulsive move. So the most appropriate thing for us to do is to tag along with this impulsive move. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame and let's see if we can mark out a structure to let us get in on this trade. So we have this entire move is a bearish impulsive move here. But we can also break down this bearish impulsive move into an impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive move on the lower time frame. So the best thing for us to do at this point would be to wait for a correctional move, probably somewhere around here, to take the next impulsive move. But this is is a short-term goal, it's a short-term trading goal. On the long term, the best thing for us to do is to wait for a major correctional. That is a daily time frame correctional before trying to get in on this trade. Because this trade is not without its risks. It has a somewhat higher risk. But you can still take this trade, although it's a bit of a false trade in my opinion, but you can still take this trade. At least based on market structure. As if you see a correctional, you can wait for a correctional to take the next impulsive, bearish impulsive. But the best and the safest thing you can do is, let's delete this guy. So you can see that there's on the daily time frame there's an impulsive followed by a correctional followed by an impulsive move. So the best thing for you to do is to wait for the next major correction and move on the daily time frame. So you can take the next major impulsive move off of the daily time frame. This will reduce the risk that you are taking per trade and will increase your potential returns at the same time. So it is the most appropriate way to take this trade. So if you are in a hurry to take the trade, you can simply wait for a shorter time frame correctional and then take the next impulsive. But if you rather wait for the big move, then you should wait for the major time frame correctional before taking a major time frame impulsive. So that's it for top bottom analysis on BMW.